The Maldives. Just saying the name brings up those images, doesn't it? Overwater bungalows, that incredibly blue water.
Absolutely. It's the dream getaway for so many people. And with, what, over 1,000 islands? It's easy to just picture luxury resorts everywhere.
Right. But maybe that's just one side of the coin. What if there's, a whole culture and authentic side that people miss if they just stay in the resort?
Exactly. Those amazing resorts are definitely a huge part of the appeal, no doubt. But today, we're doing a deep dive into how you, as a first-time visitor, could put together a really memorable 8-day trip, one that gets you properly immersed.
Going beyond the usual postcard view.
Yeah. We've looked at loads of traveler stories, local tips, all that stuff to give you some solid ideas. Practical advice, too, what to actually do, where to go, and definitely what to eat.
That's key because, the Maldives has this reputation for being super expensive, maybe breaking the budget.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to show how you can actually weave in more affordable, more cultural experiences. And, okay, maybe still enjoy a bit of that famous luxury, too.
It's about finding that balance. So let's jump in. Day by day, mapping out a potential first adventure in this incredible archipelago.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. Day 1, arrival in Malé.
Right, Malé. People often think of it as just, a quick stopover on the way to the fancier islands.
Yeah, the airport's nearby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Malé itself is actually this really buzzing island city. It's quite different from the other Maldivian islands you might visit later. It's surprisingly compact, too. You can literally walk it north to south in about maybe 20 minutes.
Wow, really? Okay, so first morning, what's the plan?
Dive right into the local vibe. Head for the North Pier. That's where you'll find the vegetable market and the dry fish market.
Oh, interesting. What kind of stuff is there?
It's a great intro to local flavors. Think crispy tuna chips, apparently a must-try.
Tuna chips. Okay.
And sea almonds, dried mango, these chewy coconut sticks, all sorts of local snacks.
Sounds good already.
And right next door is the fish market itself. That's quite a scene. You see the fishermen coming in on their traditional boats, the dhonis, unloading the catch.
What time's best for that?
Mid-morning is usually peak time. Loads of activity. One traveler said it's not huge, but just packed with colorful fish. And you see these guys filleting them like experts. It's impressive.
Okay.
Oh, and while you're near that North Pier, definitely look over the edge into the water. It's a known spot for spotting wild stingrays just cruising by.
Cool. Okay, so markets in the morning. What about the afternoon? Culture time.
Yeah, time to explore the cultural side. Quick tip, though. Remember to dress modestly. It's respectful of local customs. So, long trousers for men, and for women, skirts past the knee, covered shoulders. Simple enough.
Got it. So where to?
From the markets, it's not far to the old Friday Mosque. Hukuru Miski, it's called. Dates all the way back to 1656.
Wow, that's old.
It is, and it's known for these really intricate carvings made from coral stone. Apparently, they're incredibly delicate.
Can you go inside?
Well, technically, non-Muslims might need permission. But reports suggest the staff are often really welcoming and will let visitors have a look around outside of prayer times. Just be respectful, obviously.
Okay. And there's another big mosque, too, right?
Yeah, the Grand Friday Mosque. You can't miss its big golden dome. Same deal there. Visitors usually welcome outside prayer times if dressed properly.
Right. And lunch. Need to eat somewhere.
Definitely. Seagull Cafe is a popular choice. It's kind of cool. Built around this huge old tree.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the branches make like a natural roof. Try and get a seat upstairs. You get some nice views, including that golden dome we mentioned.
That's good on the menu.
People seem to rave about the tuna steak and the biryani. Can't go wrong there, probably.
Sounds like a solid plan. Are there, guided tours if you want something more structured?
Yeah, there are options. You could do a walking tour with a local guide. They'll show you the history, maybe some hidden spots.
Okay.
Or there's another tour that includes a quick boat trip over to Villamale Island. It's nearby, pedestrian only, apparently very laid back. That tour often includes afternoon tea with hedika.
Ah, yes, the savory pastries.
Exactly. Filled with smoked fish or spiced veggies. Delicious. And of course, you can always arrange private tours if you want something totally tailored.
Makes sense. So after a busy day of markets and mosques, how about the evening?
Maybe wind down a bit. Lanazirai Park is a nice spot for a peaceful stroll. Escape the city buzz for a moment.
Views.
Yeah, you get good views of the Sinamali Bridge. That's the one connecting Malé Huhul Island, where the airport is, and Hulu Male.
Right, the reclaimed islands.
Exactly. And sometimes if you look out towards the wave break from the park, you might even spot some surfers.
Oh, cool. Dinner?
Salatai is a good shout. Family-run place, about a 10-minute walk. People love the green curry, chicken satay, mango sticky rice,
Yeah.
classic Thai favorites. Just one thing to keep in mind, restaurants in Malay can get really busy right after the sunset prayers. So maybe book ahead or try to eat a little before or after that main rush.
Good tip. And if you have a bit more time in Malay, any quick extras?
Sure, the National Museum is worth a look for history buffs. Sultan Park is nice and green. You could check out the Sinamali Bridge itself. It's quite an engineering feat. Or the Muley Age, the old Sultan's Palace. Lots to potentially squeeze in.
Okay, that's a packed day 1. What about day 2? Moving on.
Day 2, yeah. Time to head over to Hulu Mao. You cross that Sinamali Bridge we mentioned. It's nearly a mile long.
And Hulu Mal is different from Malay.
Definitely. It's a reclaimed island, much newer, feels more spacious, maybe a bit more relaxed. A good way to start the day there is like a local at a hota.
A tea shop.
Exactly. Magukulu Hota is a popular one near the King Salman Mosque. You've got to try masuni.
Okay, remind me what that is.
It's that classic Maldivian breakfast. Shredded tuna, coconut, onion, bit of chili, all mixed up, served with warm chapati bread. It's fantastic.
Sounds amazing. So, breakfast sorted. How do you get across the bridge?
Easy enough. Car, taxi, rent a scooter if you're feeling adventurous, or even cycle.
Okay. Arrived in Hume. Afternoon plans.
Beach time. Hit the public beach. It's got lovely white sand, some fun swings dotted around, even a floating pool offshore.
A floating pool?
Yeah, kind of unique. Just remember, like in Malay, away from the immediate beach area, it's respectful to wear a cover-up over your swimwear.
Got it.
Yeah.
What if you want more action than just swimming?
Head to the Hulyu Water Sports Club. They've got jet skis, kayaks you can rent, or they can organize customized trips, surfing, snorkeling, maybe a trip out to a sandbar. Pretty good for beginners, too, apparently.
Nice. And food nearby after all that activity.
Red Snapper and Coffee Beans is right there, beachside, rustic vibe, great for grabbing a refreshing fruit mocktail. The menu's got salads, seafood, burgers, pretty good range.
Perfect. Any specific Huyamel tours worth looking into?
Yeah, similar to Malay, there are options. You could do a boat tour to some nearby local islands. Get a feel for daily life outside the main hubs.
That sounds interesting.
Or a snorkeling tour that often includes lunch on a little uninhabited island. That sounds pretty special. And there are sunset dolphin watching cruises, too. Sometimes they stop for a snorkel off a sandbank as the sun goes down.
Okay, dolphin watching is always a winner. Evening in Huhumel.
Keep it local. Take a walk through Central Park. It's a nice place to see local families relaxing in the evening.
And dinner.
Pilawu's restaurant is a good casual option. It does Sri Lankan food, kachi roti, string hoppers, really flavorful stuff. One traveler mentioned it specifically, saying that Sri Lankan food was amazing and the prices were really reasonable.
Good find. Any other spots in Hulfamel if you have extra time?
You could check out the Hulfamel Mosque. It's quite modern looking.
Mm.
Food-wise, there are places like Cloud Signature or Dune Maldives, though Dune seems more focused on diving trips, like shark diving.
Shark diving. Okay.
Yeah. Or for something totally different, there's the Clay Studio Maldives for pottery painting.
Huh. Okay. Lots happening in Huhumel, too. Now, day 3 sounds like a real change of scene heading to a local island.
Exactly. Day 3, you take a ferry to Digura Island. It's in the Alif Dal Atoll, about a 2.5-hour trip. And yeah, this is where you really shift gears from the city buzz to that laid-back local island feel.
And these local islands, they weren't always open to tourists, or...
That's right. Until 2010, tourists mostly stuck to the private resort islands. So visiting islands like Digura now is a fantastic chance for real cultural immersion. You stay in guest houses, small boutique hotels run by locals. You interact more.
What are the key differences staying on a local island versus a resort?
Well, a couple of things. You generally won't find alcohol or pork served on local islands. And beachwear is more conservative in public areas, though most islands like Digura have a designated bikini beach where typical swimwear is fine.
Okay, good to know. So Digura itself, what's it like?
It's beautiful, often described as teardrop-shaped. It's a fishing village, only about 600 people living there. And it has this amazing beach, like 2 miles long, running alongside a gorgeous lagoon.
Sounds idyllic. Where would you recommend staying?
Timi Retreats Digura gets really good mentions. It's described as charming, affordable, but still quite nice, right by the beach. And it's close to that bikini beach area.
Convenient.
Yeah. And the hotel can easily sort out excursions for you, snorkeling, diving, especially for whale sharks and manta rays. This atoll is famous for them.
Whale sharks. Okay, that's a big one. Are there specific tours for them?
Definitely. Operators like Island Divers run whale shark safaris. You can also go parasailing. Imagine spotting one from the air.
Wow.
And there are scuba diving courses, too, if you want to get certified or improve your skills.
So afternoon on Dagura, lunch first.
Yeah, grab lunch at your hotel. They often have lovely open-air restaurants. Or maybe track down hermits for their fresh coconut ice cream. Heard it's amazing.
Coconut ice cream, noted. Then explore.
Exactly. Wander around the village part, that's mostly at the north end. See local life. Then maybe explore the southern end, where there are more gardens and some smaller resorts. And definitely hit that Bikini Beach for some relaxation.
We're going one of those snorkeling tricks you mentioned.
For sure. Whale sharks, mantas, turtles.
Yeah.
It's prime territory. One traveler recommended dedicating a whole day just to chill on Dagura's Sandbank.
Nice.
They also suggested a trip to nearby Dangeti Island, another local spot, and definitely rated snorkeling or diving with island divers.
Okay. Evening activities?
You could do a sunset fishing trip on a traditional dhonie, learn the local techniques. Sometimes they even cook your catch for you right there on the boat, a fresh barbecue dinner.
That sounds fantastic. Or dinner in the village.
Yeah, options there too. Shell Cafe is good for casual stuff like noodles or fried rice. Malavelli restaurant has nice ocean views and a bigger menu grilled tuna, nasi goreng, even burgers if you need a fix.
Good variety. Any other places worth checking out on Dagura?
There's Absolute Thai if you fancy Thai food. Several dive centers like Dive Blue Maldives, Dagura Divers, Dive Oceanus, and Blue Tribe Maafushi offers dolphin and whale watching, plus kayaking. Plenty to keep you busy.
Okay, Dagura sounds incredible. Day 4, exploring the atoll more.
Yeah, day 4 is about seeing more of the Alif Dal Atoll. And here's a cool idea. Maybe get a day pass to one of the private resort islands nearby.
Ah, so you get a taste of the luxury without staying the whole time.
Exactly. Experience the fancy pools, maybe have a cocktail, see what that side of the Maldives is like, just for the day.
Smart. Are there other day trip options from Dagura?
Boutique Beach was mentioned. They do diving trips, but also Maldivian cooking classes. That could be fun.
Ooh, cooking class.
Yeah. And, one traveler gave some good advice here. They suggested staying at least 5 days on an island before moving to really settle in.
Yeah.
And also trying to pair islands within the same atoll because it makes getting between them much easier and cheaper.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so afternoon of day 4, more underwater time.
Definitely. If you do the resort day pass, make the most of the lunch buffet they usually include. You'll probably find a wider variety of food, maybe things you wouldn't get on the local island, including alcohol if you want it.
Right, and then snorkeling.
Absolutely. Snorkel the reefs around the resort. Alif Dal Atoll, as we said, is amazing for big stuff, mantas, whale sharks, but the coral and the sheer number of colorful fish are incredible too.
Are the reefs healthy there?
Well, like many places, they face challenges. But it's interesting, many resorts are really active in coral propagation, trying to help the reefs recover. LUX, South Ari Atoll, for example, apparently lets guests plant their own coral fragments.
Oh, that's really cool, contributing directly.
Yeah. And if whale sharks are really your focus, there are specific snorkeling tours that pick you up right from Dagura. Or you could even charter a private boat to go looking for whale sharks, mantas, and dolphins.
Lots of ways to see the marine life. Back to Dagura for the evening.
Yep. And as evening comes, keep an eye on the central square in the village. You might see locals playing sports as it cools down.
Like what?
Maybe bashi, that's a traditional women's sport. Or soccer, volleyball, badminton, just local life happening.
Nice to see.
And you might get lucky and catch a boduburu performance. That's traditional drumming and dancing. Really energetic and fun to watch.
Sounds great. Any specific resorts nearby that are good for those day passes?
Some names that pop up near Alif Dal Atoll are Villa Park Sun Island Resort, Centaur Collection Maafushi, Lily Beach Resort and Spa, and Nova Maldives. All likely offer different vibes and price points for a day visit.
Okay, good options to research. Right, day 5. Sounds like we're switching gears again to luxury.
We are. Day 5, we're heading to the Conrad Maldives Rannalhi Island. It's actually right across the atoll from Dagura, so the transfer shouldn't be too bad.
And the idea here is a shorter luxury stay.
Exactly. It seems even locals do this sometimes, just a couple of nights at a really high-end resort as a special treat. So this is your chance to experience that level of Maldivian pampering.
Okay, tell me about the Conrad. What's special about it?
Well, it's actually 2 islands linked by a bridge. Rannalhi Fanolu Island is more for families, lots of kids stuff. Rannalhi Island is quieter, adult only.
Ah, options depending on your vibe.
Yeah, but the really famous thing, Itha, the undersea restaurant.
The underwater one? Right.
That's the one. A traveler described it as totally unforgettable dining surrounded by fish, sharks, everything. It's pricey, for sure. Dinner and lunch. But they also do a cocktail hour, which is a bit more affordable just to get the experience.
You need to book that way in advance, I bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Essential. It's super popular, being the first one of its kind.
Okay. So afternoon at the Conrad. Sounds like spa time.
It has to be, doesn't it? They have 2 spas. The overwater spa with treatments based on time of day, and the spa retreat, more traditional services. Maybe get the sun suitor treatment if you've caught a bit too much sun.
Good call.
And you can continue the relaxation at the Mandu Spa restaurant right next door. It has this organic menu inspired by the elements water, earth, fire, air. Sounds very zen.
Definitely leaning into the wellness vibe. And evening. Dining underwater.
That's the star attraction. Itha. 16 feet below sea level. It's like being inside a reverse aquarium. The menu is usually a set menu, often with local Maldivian flavors woven in.
Incredible.
And if you really want to splash out, they have the Maraca. That's the ultra-luxury underwater residence. Probably costs a fortune, but amazing to know it exists.
Wow. Okay, that's day 5. What about day 6 at the Conrad? More luxury.
Or gorgeousness, yeah. Start with breakfast at Atoll Market. It's beachfront, live cooking stations. Sounds incredible. Curry of the day, sushi, pastries, fruit, hot dishes, everything you could want.
Spoiled for choice.
Pretty much. Then maybe join the daily yoga session they offer. Stretch out after all that indulgence.
Good idea. Afternoon.
Something a bit different. They have launched a cultural village called Nurulu Awa on Rannalhi Island. It gives you a glimpse into traditional Maldivian life.
Oh, even at the luxury resort. That's interesting.
Yeah, local women prepare a buffet of Maldivian specialties so you can try authentic food. And they showcase local arts, like coral carving and reed weaving. It's a nice touch.
It is. And after that, pool time.
Definitely pool time. Relax by one of the pools. The Quiet Zone pool sounds amazing. It's actually set into the ocean lagoon.
Oh, wow. Okay. Evening dinner choices? Dinner sauces again?
You could. Or try something else. They have Coco Grill. That's a high-end, multi-course Japanese place. Fresh seafood, tableside preparation. Sounds very special, but also pricey.
Right. A more casual option.
Rannalhi bar, more laid-back, beach bar feel.
Yeah.
Mediterranean-inspired food. Probably good for cocktails, too.
Okay.
And here's a unique evening activity. Nighttime snorkeling.
At night, what do you see?
Apparently you can see coral blooming. Plus, nocturnal creatures like eels and octopuses come out. Could be really fascinating. One traveler actually mentioned having cocktails at Rannalhi Bar before dinner at Coco Grill. They love the sparkling sake in the service.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, final full day, day 7. Still at the Conrad.
Still at the Conrad, yep. Maybe start with breakfast at a different spot. Vilu Restaurant and Bar. It's meant to be quieter, a la carte options, Western and Japanese, plus a cold buffet.
Nice to try different places. And maybe one last spa visit.
Why not? A facial at the spa retreat, maybe?
Yeah.
The hydration of Business treatment was recommended for getting that post-vacation glow.
Perfect before heading home. Afternoon plans. Last chance for something amazing.
Well, if you haven't done it yet, the Whale Shark Talking Tour, get that educational briefing, then the chance to swim with them. It's such a signature Maldives experience.
Truly. Or just some final snorkeling.
Yeah, just enjoy the house reef. But remember the rule, no scuba diving within 24 hours of flying. Safety first.
Crucial reminder, farewell lunch.
Yufa Restaurant sounds lovely. It serves traditional Chinese food in a cozy tea house setting. A nice, calm, final meal at the resort.
Okay, then it's time to head back to Male.
Yeah, take that flight back. Enjoy the ocean views one last time from the air.
Arrive back in Male. Anything to do before the airport?
If you have time and energy, maybe a quick optional stroll through Sultan Park again and pop into the National Art Gallery there. It's small, but features Maldivian artists. Often their work tackles climate change and environmental themes, which is obviously very relevant there.
Poignant. And a final dinner.
Grab something easy and tasty. Khalid's Biryani is a good local spot for dosa or, well, biryani. Then it's off to the airport for the flight home. Oh, and taxi fares in Malay and to Hulthumel are usually pretty set, especially to the airport. Good to know.
Okay. And day 8 is basically departure day?
Day 8 is departure day. Your flight home from Malay full of amazing memories.
What a trip. So just to recap, it sounds like an incredible mix.
It really is. You go from the busy capital, Malay, with its markets and history.
Then to the local charm of Dagura, interacting with people, seeing that incredible marine life.
Whale sharks, mantas, yeah. And then you get that taste of pure luxury at a resort like the Conrad, underwater dining, spas, the works.
So much packed in. Culture, adventure, relaxation, amazing food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exploring mosques, trying local snacks, water sports, seeing traditional performances, those unforgettable animal encounters. And the food, from simple mashuni to fancy Japanese grills.
It really shows the Maldives isn't just one thing, is it?
Not at all. It can be budget-friendly and cultural, or super high-end and indulgent, or, like this itinerary suggests, a really fascinating blend of both. Hopefully this deep dive gives people inspiration that it's more accessible and diverse than they might think.
Absolutely. It makes you realize there's something there for pretty much everyone.
We really hope it inspires you to look beyond just the bungalows, to see the full picture, the beauty, the culture, the experiences waiting in this amazing country.
So we'll leave our listeners with a final thought then. Thinking about this itinerary, how would your own travel style, your interests, shape your perfect Maldivian trip?
Yeah, what unique things might you look for that we didn't even cover? Maybe you're obsessed with a specific type of diving, or you want to explore a completely different atoll we haven't mentioned.
Perhaps digging into research about a specific island group that calls to you, or focusing on seeing a particular marine creature. That could be the start of planning your own amazing deep dive into the Maldives.